All right, we're back for our 2022 Oracle and Tarot reading for the year. We're doing our monthly predictions today. In this moment, we are working on July. I love July because July hints that we are going deeper into an experience and we're going further in, and there's kind of no turning back. And it's the kind of thing where we start off with like a vision and a direction and a path, and then before you know it, you're like, oh my god, we're in unmarked territory. Like, I have not, this is all new to me and I can't necessarily see the way forward, and it's like this panic begins to set in. But don't feel panic, get grounded, and the situation will reveal itself to you one step at a time. The Forest is our first card that we have. And so I want to also say that there might be a tendency this month to want to feel a bit like shaky, insecure, but we just have to stay really grounded and secure in ourselves, and secure in all the work that we've been doing, and just taking it slow, not making any like bold reactive, like, don't be rash. Just take it chill. Like, don't make any sudden moves. Just let it all set in. Let the journey take hold. You're going deeper, and it's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna get a little uncomfortable. But also, you might actually go to the literal forest, like you used to, or something, or some resurgence from past experiences might be coming up. So you might be now looking at similar experiences that you have faced in the past again, but with a new playing field. You're on maybe with a new situation, a new person, on new turf now. And so it's time to show up as our current embodied self, and in self-realization and consciousness, and like decide how we want to be in this moment. How do we want to show up to this moment? How do we want to meet this moment as the new us, the more evolved, the up-leveled us? So the forest can be this place where it's like, oh, there's this mythical, magical, dark, shadowy like appeal to like going into the forest and setting out on that adventure. But there are, shadowy characters afoot, and tricksters and thieves hiding in the forest, and times where you can get lost and get scared. But there's also these glimmers of light coming through, and you feel like the fairy world around you, and you feel like there's little helpers and mischievous people playing with you, or little mischievous energies and creatures, playing with you along the way. And, the trees are communicating grounded truth, old soul truth. Like, they're comforting, and they're always, whispering wisdom to you as you walk through the trees, and you sort of absorb that energy. And you might find that like, oh, I have the best epiphanies when I'm in nature, or I'm so inspired when I'm in nature, or I get these ideas, and it's like, maybe you speak tree. But yeah, I've always had a very like visceral relationship with trees, and with just feeling like inanimate, or what we perceive as inanimate, are really alive. And they've discovered all these cool things about trees, that they have these communication networks like within their roots, and within the pheromones they put out, or I don't know what you'd call it, but whatever they're excreting oils, and the aromas that go out have information in the scent. That's how trees communicate. Very interesting to me. We are guided by the turtle this month, which we've had a lot of like really balanced, like all the elements of the animals, I feel like, so far. But this is the turtle represents earth of water. And I've noticed that we haven't just had like divine masculine, divine feminine. We've had like also had like the masculine feminine, and the feminine masculine, and like the fire of earth, and earth of water, and fire of water. And now we have like the earth of water with the turtle, who's grounded, who's secure with the fortified boundary, and at home in his own skin, at home in his own shell. And right now we might feel like at times we are growing out of one shell and getting like our bigger shell, and that we're kind of between shells, and it's like you feel kind of naked and vulnerable, and that's okay. That that is going to be the thing that makes you feel a little bit like on shaky ground this month, but it's just the growing pains, and just keep forging ahead and going forward. The turtle is an ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. So if we feel like the twinges of insecurity that this month, just remember that everything's okay, that this is all happening exactly to unfold to show us what we need, how we're growing, where we're going. The Six of Cups, we get the Six of Cups again. And, you know, it's about that something, you know, maybe like recapturing the youthful spirit, the playfulness, good memories, recapturing, going back into like something that's nostalgic and revisiting that again. And like an old dream that you feel a new sense of enthusiasm around. But I feel like this has something to do with like the trees are connected, and this rainbow, the sky, the consciousness of reaching the heights of consciousness and the deep groundedness, the umbrellas, the roots and the trees reaching up in the canopies. So I think that there's something in that. I think that this depth that we're exploring in this forest has to do with this tree from the past that I think has been showing itself over the spring. So if you're watching this, I'm doing this video in January, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but you might know more, like more might have developed at this point if you're going back and watching again. And so we have Mama Kocha again, and she's been coming up a lot this year. The master number 33, I looked it up, and it's about the spiritual giver, the teacher. And so it's about inspiring people to like realize their potential, and that's what this year is all about. It's about realizing our potential, nourishing our potential, the divine mother energy of nourishing our growth and making sure that we thrive, you know, in this new life. We've been working on water healing all year and connecting to our intuition, our creativity, healing our sexual shame, healing any shame, healing fear, opening the way and opening any blocks to us bringing through what is trying to be birthed through this year and all the work that we're doing. And we get Eight of Swords moment, and I think that's the insecurity that we feel this month, because it's this illusion of being like closed in or trapped or cornered or like not knowing which way to go, gripped in fear, feeling insecure, feeling like you're temporarily blind and you don't see what's happening and you don't see what's going on around you, and you kind of lost your footing or lost a sense of like where you are. Maybe you got caught up in something for a minute and you're like, oh my God, like I've forgotten like all the things that I've forgotten myself, like I've lost control, I've lost my center. And it's like, it's fine, like just recenter, like go back out into the woods, ground yourself, walk barefoot, have a salt bath, recenter. This woman is already like, the gate's already open, she's already on the way. Like it's like you have this really brief moment where you're like, nope, not gonna go there, I'm catching myself, everything is fine, I'm following my spiritual path and I'm moving on into this new, more fulfilling, more satisfying life. And that insecurity and those old stories and those old reactive behaviors and patterns aren't coming with me. We're we're nipping in the bud at 8. We're not taking this to repeating the emotional patterns and fears of 9. We're nipping it in the bud at 8, okay? Because we're moving on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like all these 8 cups are behind us, and we're moving forward to that big moment. We're on the way to collect that 9th cup, baby. That wish come true. That wish come true. The 9th cup. So we are on the way, headed into the mountains, and all that implies with the light and the shadow. The full moon is illuminating what has been hidden, and we're letting go of what no longer serves. And that is we're just gonna keep dropping that baggage this year. Keep moving on, moving up. Moving on and moving up.